Slow living. You know that I'm a big fan and that I try to slow down my life every chance I get. But more often than not, whenever I try talking about slow living, I always get some kind of pushback from busy people. You know, the hustlers and the grinders in my life. Love you all, by the way. They'll say things like, yeah, it must be nice being able to slow down and enjoy the sunsets. Between my job and the kids, I barely have time to have a proper meal. Or, that's for retired or lazy people. Entrepreneurs and people who want to make it in life need to work hard and push it. So I decided to make this quick video to prove that in fact, slowing down can make you more productive and successful. And I know this for a fact because I used to be like them. I would live in the middle of a movie in a theater for a call, I would read emails during dinner parties, you name it, I did it. But here's the thing, nowadays people are overwhelmed and overstimulated. Everywhere they look and anything they do, they're being pushed and pulled in all different directions. I mean, seriously, when was the last time you did absolutely nothing? You know, just shut down your brain and enjoy the stillness. According to Pew Research, 31% of adults are online nearly constantly. And that's just crazy to me, and I spend quite a bit of time on my phone. But nearly constantly? You know, when aren't they online? When they're sleeping? Or having a shower maybe? Are they online when they're driving? Or having sex? I mean, there are just so many questions in my head right now. But anyway, what I mean is, we are on our phones all the time, or watching TV, or reading emails, or Googling something or other. Social media, online shopping, streaming services, you name it, there is something available to make sure you will never get bored. But here's the problem with that. Without boredom, there is no creative thinking, or creative problem solving, or thinking outside the box for that matter. Creativity was what people turned to when they had nothing better to do, nothing to distract themselves with. And if that never happens, there's no creativity. Also, as we get bombarded with information all the time and we essentially get information overload, we can't really convert that information into ideas, because that quiet bit where you reflect on what you learn and process it into ideas just never takes place. You just go from one bit of info to the next, which makes all that information completely useless, really. How many times have you read an article or something online and hours later you wanted to tell someone about it and realized that your brain hadn't even registered any of it? You know, that used to happen to me a lot before I slowed things down. In this age of information, we are constantly overstimulated by these dopamine triggering constant reward systems. So it's easy to get distracted, it's easy to be entertained, and it's easy but also very damaging to lose all our creativity in the process. Now, this overstimulation is also responsible for us being exhausted all the time, because if our brain never shuts down, if we're on our phones right before bed, if it's the last thing we do before falling asleep, our sleep quality will be very poor. Our rest will be mediocre at best. And that's how we're supposed to thrive and hustle and be successful? I don't think so. Slowing down, taking time to just quiet our minds, particularly before bed, is the best thing you can do for your productivity. I would go as far as saying that slowing down can be the difference between success and failure, between thriving and burning out. What is the point of hustling if you're just doing it wrong?